Hey, welcome to step 3 of buying a home. So you've probably been doing a little bit of research trying to figure out, what the heck does it take for me to buy a house? And here at the Tyler Miller team, we have buyer consultations with our clients and we go through the 10 steps of buying a house. So today I'm going to talk about step 3, which we refer to as refining your focus, setting up your home search. And so this is kind of one of my favorite steps, because we can really start to look at what does your future look like? We've already chosen the real estate team. In this case, it would be us. We've already gotten pre-approved with the loan officer. And now we're on to, let's just see, once you put all that together, what are we looking at for a house to buy out there? Now, by this time, I'm sure you've already done a ton of searching online at houses and you're getting excited. But this is where the realtor comes in and we put the blinders on, meaning we're no longer going to be looking at everything that's out there. We're not going to get distracted by the things that doesn't really matter to us, or things that we can't afford. This is a really important one. And so putting you on this home search, which is direct from the Realtor's multiple listing service, which by the way is different from the MLS Online, that's a real estate company, Zillow, Trulia, even edinarealty.com, all of those are what we call third-party real estate websites. The Realtor's multiple listing service, or as we refer to it as the Star MLS, that is something that only you can get through a real estate agent. The general public cannot access this. And that is the website, or that's the source where all these other sites, it trickles down to all these other sites like Zillow and Trulia. So it's the most accurate. It has all of the information. It's where if I were to go list your home for sale, it's where I put it up for sale, and it goes out to every other website out there. So it gets updated the most frequently. It's the most accurate. So it's what you want to search on when you get to this step of, all right, I'm pre-approved, I have my realtor, I'm ready. Let's start finding houses. Now we want to get you on this search. So the first thing we want to do when we are looking at this search is, obviously we're going to go through and ask you bedrooms, bathrooms, garage stalls, location, yard size, all those things, right? But the most important thing is setting your budget appropriately. So for example, you do step 2, right? You talk to one of our loan officer partners, you get pre-approved up to $450,000. That sounds awesome, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you want to spend. So we really need to ask the tough questions of, okay, based on your monthly budget, what can you afford in a comfort zone, and what can you afford for the best house imaginable for your budget? What's the most you want to spend? And then we just break it down by monthly payment, and that's what we're going to set your search up with, versus up to $450,000, which may be completely out of your price range, even though you can afford it, because believe it or not everybody wants to be house poor and max out their budget. So it's a good idea to really evaluate that. So once we set your budget, we are going to get you set up on the search. You will get the search sent to you whenever you want, basically, but usually it's defaulted to once a day in the morning, anytime a new property comes onto the market that matches your criteria. And the point to that is really familiarizing yourself with the market. You don't necessarily have to be ready to go buy a house that day, but to get you on one of these searches and let you start watching the market for a couple weeks, a couple months, it's a really good idea for you, because you're going to really start to figure out how quickly houses are selling. Are they selling for more than asking price? Are they selling for less? What the situation is. Is there anything even coming up on your search? Meaning maybe we're just not realistic on certain things. So it's a really good educational tool to just start watching the market. And we have no problem setting anybody up on the search. If you're curious, reach out, we can get you set up on that right away. And then we really ask you, again, more like tough questions. We want to help differentiate, your wants and needs. A lot of people want, for example, a fenced-in yard because they got a pet. If you just search for houses that have a fenced-in yard, you're going to eliminate a ton of other great choices that you could easily throw a fence into. Maybe it has a partial fence and you just need to add one little side, or maybe there's just no fence, but it's worth it because the house is amazing, the lot is amazing, and you'll add a fence later. So, we really want to talk through what do you have to have in a house, or you don't even want to see it. Usually it comes down to bedrooms, bathrooms, lot size, location, all that stuff. So, we love to hear your wants list, but we really got to focus on your needs when it comes to the search. And that's going to, again, put those blinders on so that you just focus on what you want. And then, we talked through a bunch of stuff, but it's very, very important for you to just understand that you need to be realistic. Usually it's not a problem, but every now and then people, they have, what's the old saying, they have a wine taste on a beer budget, I think it is, or something like that, where, you want all this other stuff, but you really can't afford it. And so we just have to kind of have that moment where we sit down and we really focus on, one, does it make sense to move or buy a house? And two, what is it that we need to eliminate from the search? So it's a really good moment that just helps people really get focused on the right stuff. The other thing I just want to mention is we do also encourage people to explore open houses, because that's a great way to kind of see what's going on, right in the market. Even though you're not maybe with your realtor at that time, it's good to explore the open houses. And then yes, we can also explore for sale by owner possibilities as well. They're a little bit harder to find, and it just depends if the for sale by owner wants to entertain an offer with an agent involved, but we're definitely able to help with that too. So then the last thing, I mentioned it in step 1, but Edina Realty has the largest pre-listing network in the state of Minnesota because we have the most agents in the state of Minnesota. And so this is also the time where we enter you into our system to start to monitor our pre-listing network to see if there's anything that's coming that might be a good fit for you, and could maybe sneak you in there early, beat the rest of the competition to it, just make it a little bit easier process for you. So that's really step 3. The main takeaway with step 3 is our search is different than any other search that you can find online. And it is one that you can't manipulate. It really just puts the blinders on. So when you're ready and you think, I really just need to be guided to the right way or to the right stuff and not waste my time with everything else that I just really don't want or can't afford, that's when you want to get set up on one of these searches. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Just know that it sounds like a lot, but when you're sitting down with one of our team members, we really make it super easy, and we talk through all the different nuances to your search and what you and your family need. So reach out. We'd love to either set you up on a home search, we can set up one of our buyer consultations and go through the rest of the 10 steps. But today, now you know what step 3 is, and you're getting closer and closer to being able to buy that house. So thanks, have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.